Welcome to Homeless Life Stories Us. This is where we go straight into the raw, unfiltered truths about the forgotten corners of America. Imagine a street where $8 is not enough to buy a dozen eggs. Yet it is enough to purchase a brief escape from reality, plunge into a world of despair. Kensington Avenue, Philadelphia is that street. What makes Kensington chilling is not only what happens here, but also what exists just on the other side. A few miles away, Philadelphia still has brightly lit neighborhoods, spitless streets, crowded cafes, shop windows reflecting luxurious lights, tourists laughing and taking photos, and history displayed like a perfect postcard. There, people pay for a meal as if it is a given, buy a cup of coffee that costs more than someone else's entire night of survival. Meanwhile, in Kensington, under that same sky, other human beings are bargaining over every dollar for a moment to forget the pain. One side shines with the dazzling lights of the American dream. The other stands in the darkness of those left behind. That gap is not defined by geography, but by destiny. Kensington, the night unfolds like a dystopian in film scene. People live in tents, huddle under blankets, or stand motionless beneath dim streetlights. Kensington is not just a neighborhood, is like a mirror reflecting the cracks in the American dream, where you can clearly see that the dream is not meant for everyone. Sometimes it makes those who remain feel even more alone, because they must watch the glamour right in front of them without ever being able to touch it. Today's video, we will walk through the shadows of Kensington to find the human stories behind the statistics, to understand why this place exists. More importantly, what we can do to change it. These stories move you. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to Homeless Life Stories Us to stay connected to the reality shaping our nation. Step into the heart of Kensington and see what it reveals about all of us. What do you think Wynn Street can teach us about an entire country, forgotten past, and a fading present, right in the heart of a city that still shines brightly in the other side? Take a look at Maria, a 52-year-old woman who once owned a small bakery in Lehigh Avenue. She poured her entire heart into that business, baking pastries for her neighbors for more than a decade. But when costs rose on customers gradually disappeared, Maria was forced to close her doors. Then she lost her home. Eventually, she found herself living in a tent near Somerset Street. Maria's story is not only about loss, is also a story of resilience. Even in the tent encampment, she continues to share her recipes with those around her, still holding into a simple dream. One day, she will bake again. These stories make you feel something. Subscribe to Homeless Life Stories Us so you never miss what is truly happening in America. Kensington's decline did not happen overnight. Is the result of years of economic shifts on neglected communities. But Maria's hope reminds us, behind every tent is a human being with dreams worth fighting for. Keep that in mind as we continue to go deeper. What can we learn from Maria about rebuilding a community? The streets of Kensington tell stories that numbers alone can never fully capture. About 700 people here are living in unstable housing conditions, with 75 individuals calling the 10 encampments stretching from East Allegheny to Somerset home. These are not just statistics, they are lives caught in the cycle of poverty and addiction. As little as $5 for a single dose of stimulants can trap someone in a relentless loop of despair. At Homeless Life Stories Us, we meet people exactly where they are, not way society expects them to be. Think about James, a 38-year-old man who once worked as a mechanic in Frankfurt Avenue. Back injury forced him to rely on pain medication. Then his prescription was cut off. From there, he was pushed into the streets, searching for something that could help him breathe easier through the pain. Now, James lives in a makeshift shelter near Kensington's elevated train tracks. He repairs bicycles for others in the encampment to earn a few dollars. His skill is proof that strength still exists, even in the darkest moments. These stories make you feel something. Subscribe to Homeless Life Stories Us so you never miss what is truly happening in America. The system that led James here often turns Kensington into a last resort. Cities across the United States are known for relocating homeless individuals to areas like this, effectively transforming them into buffer zones. 2024, Philadelphia reported spending $10 million in homeless services, yet much of that funding went toward temporary measures such as clearing sidewalks. Those efforts do not address the root causes, leaving people like James suspended in instability. Every person here has a story worth hearing, and every story challenges us to rethink how we support our neighbors. How do you think we can break the cycle of these temporary solutions? Children in Kensington are walking a path that no child should ever have to know. They move through streets where tents outnumber playgrounds. 2025, approximately 1,200 school-aged children live in this neighborhood, many attending schools such as Kensington High, just one block away from the encampments. They are growing up surrounded by challenges that distort the way they see the world. Homeless Life Stories Us exists to amplify the voices that are too often forgotten, including the youngest among us. Meet Aaliyah, a 14-year-old girl who walks past the tent cities every day in her way to school. She dreams of becoming an artist. Her notebook, she sketches vibrant murals as a way to escape the gray reality surrounding her. Lear also volunteers at a community center, teaching younger children how to draw, hoping to give them something. She is fighting to hold into herself belief. In tomorrow, her determination is a light in the darkness, proof that dreams can survive, even in the harshest conditions. These stories make you feel something. Subscribe to Homeless Life Stories Us so you never miss what is truly happening in America. The impact in children like Aaliyah is profound. Community centers in Kensington, serving more than 500 children each year, are struggling with limited funding. Without positive role models or safe spaces, these children risk losing their potential to the streets. But Aaliyah's story reminds us that hope can take root if it is nurtured. We must invest in these young dreamers so their futures are not confined to the sidewalks. What can we do to give children like Aaliyah the support they need to thrive? The streets of Kensington pulse with stories of struggle, but they also carry the potential for transformation. Homeless Life Stories Us does not only tell stories of pain, we also search for bold, forward-thinking solutions to rebuild lives. 2025, Philadelphia's Kensington Community Revival Program reported a 44% reduction in major incidents, yet 10 tent cities along Kensington Avenue still remain, where more than 700 people live in unstable conditions. To break this cycle, we need creative approaches that go beyond temporary fixes and move toward lasting change. What revolutionary idea do you think could reshape a place like Kensington? Imagine a network of smart micro-homes spread across Kensington's vacant lots. More than 50 such lots existed in 2025. Ready for transformation, these 3D-printed homes, costing only $12,000 each, can be completed in just a few days. Equipped with solar panels and water filtration systems. 2024, a pilot project in Austin, Texas provided housing for 200 people in similar structures, reducing street homelessness by 25%. Kensington, these homes could restore dignity and stability, turning empty spaces into thriving communities. Residents could contribute labor to build their own homes, fostering a sense of ownership and pride. Another breakthrough approach is a digital support platform designed specifically for Kensington residents. Imagine a mobile app tested with 3,000 users in Philadelphia in 2025, shelters food banks on GIB training centers in real time, integrated with AI. It could provide personalized GIB recommendations or mental health resources, empowering users to take control of their futures. 2024 trial in Seattle showed that 30% of OP users secured temporary employment within 3 months, demonstrating its potential. Community-led urban agriculture initiatives could also transform Kensington, with 10 acres of unused land in the area. Vertical gardens on rooftop farms could provide fresh food and employment. 2024, urban farms in Detroit hired 150 formerly homeless individuals, strengthening local food security. The core of these ideas is empowerment, not simply managing poverty. When technology and community spirit work together, Kensington can be rebuilt from the ground up. Dare to dream big about a future where no one is left behind. Which solution makes you believe in Kensington's revival?